15 signs of fake nice people who you need to avoid. Attempting to differentiate between somebody who is truly great and somebody who is faking it can be essentially as frustrating as attempting to differentiate between a masterpiece and a all-around made reproduction. That is on the grounds that certain individuals are great at veiling their actual feelings. In any case, on par with what they are, there are still a few hints that offer their fakery. Also, knowing these can prove to be useful. Focus on the accompanying indications of phony pleasant individuals, so the following time you experience somebody like this, you can perceive their facade. For more videos like this, hit the subscribe button and remember to click on the notification bell. Also, be sure to check out our other videos as well. Number 1. They act overexcited to see you. Counterfeit pleasant individuals act excessively amped to see somebody. It's an energy, and you'll have the option to tell they're doing, assuming that at any point run into an associate or companion who you haven't found in a long time, and afterward you embrace each other like you're really great of companions. Other than the standard thing, how have you been? I have missed you. Merrimans, has the discussion at any point prompted something along the lines of wow, how about we thoroughly make up for lost time for drinks this end of the week? You realize you won't call, they realize you won't call, however some way or another since they put the message out there, they think of it as a success and figure out how to cause you to feel like poop for not spending time with them. Number 2. Everything really revolves around them. Counterfeit individuals will generally make every little thing about them. There's no rejecting that something really doesn't add up about them that causes them to hunger for everybody's endorsement. They gloat loads and show a pretentious disposition. That's what the second you get everything no doubt revolves around me vibe, it is inevitable previously. You understand how counterfeit they are. Number 3. Their nonverbal communication bothers you. You may not necessarily get on somebody's nonverbal communication right away, yet assuming that you know where to look, you'll doubtlessly perceive indications of misdirection. Whether they find you and down, give you a pitiful grin, or hold awkwardly long eye-to-eye connection to unpretentiously control you, counterfeit individuals will generally emit their craftiness through their nonverbal communication. Number 4. They look for consideration regarding approve themselves. Assuming that you experience somebody who is continually looking for consideration or endorsement, it's for the most part since they need affirmation that their persona is loved by others. While authentic individuals make an appearance and show you what their identity is, phony individuals need you to purchase into the story they are telling. In the event that you don't focus on them, it clarifies that you're not accepting their demonstration. Furthermore, this flips around their reality. Number 5. They're aloof, forceful. Counterfeit individuals are great at talking in a latent, forceful manner. They generally find a method for offending you with a commendation. They might try and ask you underhanded inquiries so they can arrange themselves to affront you. They might ask where you got a thing of dress from, whether you have shed pounds, or something to that effect. Comparable. However, they don't circle back to a genuine commendation. All things being equal, they give you a few remarks that simply cause you to feel like poop. This will gradually lessen your fearlessness and you may not understand that it's occurring. Number 6. They don't listen when you talk. A phony individual will pose an inquiry, however, at that point doesn't even try to pay attention to the reaction. Okay, they claim to tune in, yet they are on their telephones, refreshing situations with conversing with another person while they are sitting directly before you. They frequently offer improper responses since they aren't paying consideration, or they move on to another inquiry or subject through and through. You'll likewise see that a tone of the time they can't remember things you have said. Number 7, they generally discuss the hardships of others. Frequently, you can determine if somebody is phony or veritable by the manner in which they discuss other individuals. Counterfeit pleasant individuals will continually discuss the mishaps of others and claim to be worried about the individual, when as a matter of fact they really appreciate feeling frustrated about that person. From the outset, it appears as though they are thoughtful to other people, which could cause them to appear to be great. In any case, assuming that they do it frequently, you'll begin to see the more profound significance behind it. They may in fact appreciate examining the awful things others are going through, which isn't pleasant in any way. What's more, it additionally presumably implies they are discussing you similarly to other people. Number 8, they like to flaunt. At the point when somebody is really great, they don't have to make a colossal arrangement about it. They don't want to bring up it. Be that as it may, when somebody is being phony, they're acting this way since they believe that everybody should think they're great, thus they need to ensure everybody knows. They do things like give or volunteer for noble cause, however, at that point gloat about it to everybody they meet. Or on the other hand, they make you an extravagant birthday cake, yet can't be tried to know your number one flavor. Or on the other hand, even recall that you're sensitive to nuts. They simply need the commendation for making a pretty cake. Counterfeit individuals are just great assuming it does right by them or advantages them here and there. They believe that others should give them props for their way of behaving. Number 9, they misrepresent and lie. You more than once hear similar stories from a phony individual in spite of the fact that they don't understand how frequently they rehash the same thing. In the end, you begin to see the irregularities and, surprisingly, absolutely lies as they relate somewhat various variants of similar self-advancing stories. In the event that you begin to check their accounts or data, you'll probably view that as misrepresented. Or on the other hand, misleading self-acclaim is involved. Number 10, they continually interfere with while you're talking. Detecting this behavior is quite simple. On the off chance that somebody can't be tried to pay attention to you until you have completed the process of talking, they are not exactly fascinating in what you're talking about, or chatting with you, maybe at you, however, not with you. This sort of conduct is glaringly obvious that you're conversing with a deceptive individual, despite how decent they might appear. Number 11, they deprecate you. Counterfeit decent individuals frequently direct the discussion with the goal that they can discuss themselves. They will ask how your end of the week was so they can let you know how incredible their end of the week was. They will inquire as to whether you're going on vacation so they can discuss their vacation. Or on the other hand, they will get some information about your life and track down ways of putting you down. You get the point. Essentially, they will probably deprecate you somehow. Number 12, they claim to attempt to satisfy everybody. Counterfeit individuals are in a consistent condition of shuffling balls that they couldn't really keep in the air. They will attempt to express yes to everybody on the grounds that they can't stand dismissal, or the thought that they could not really have the option to do all that they say they can. All things considered, they guarantee things, say okay, and afterward many individuals are abandoned at the point when the commitments go undelivered. Number 13, they are never near or accessible. You endlessly call, however they never get back to you. You appear, however they are occupied. You run into them in the city, however they are late for a gathering. They can't come to your party as a result of work. While this individual continually lets you know they can hardly hold back to see you once more, there is dependably some explanation or another why the person would rather not spend time with you. What's going on with that? It's called being phony. Number 14. They regard power. A certifiable individual will be conscious to everybody, since that is the way we ought to treat each other. A phony individual will be quite deferential to you, however, provided that you have the capacity to get them what they need. Assuming you have more involvement with the gig, they will be pleasant to you so they can excel. In the event that you are the way into a group of friends, they will be pleasant to you to be welcomed to join. The thing is, when they get what they need, their superbness and regard will diminish or totally disappear. They couldn't care less about you personally, they simply need what you can offer. Number 15. They're too bustling to even think about making a difference. Vanishing acts are normal among counterfeit individuals. They stick around when they get what they need from you, yet the moment you really want something from them, they bail. Whether it's a source of genuine sympathy after a separation, or aiding you pack and move condos, you can never depend on counterfeit individuals to be there whenever difficulties arise. They are not ready to remove a moment from their own chance to help somebody out of luck. We are self-intrigued somewhat, however, an individual who is valid is something very similar outwardly as they are within. A phony individual, then again, communicates perspectives, ways of behaving, and contemplations that aren't genuinely their own just to cause themselves to appear to be like the objective they're attempting to impact. Watch out for these sort of individuals and account for more significant, real connections in your day-to-day existence. We need to understand your thought process. Did watching this video cause you to understand that somebody you know is really a fake? Could it have been that parted with them? Are there some other indications of phony pleasant individuals that we missed? Tell us in the remarks beneath. On the off chance that you partook in this video, offer to go ahead and share it with your companions so we can continue to make them. Thanks for watching.